Shall have. Now I start with basic. It's for basic story of engineering introduction with engineering will be introduce the disasters theory and practice. Here is the disaster management. I already also present part of this presentation material to some other universities. Now it is here for me to present another university, even in abroad, because it's very easy using online communication, better than I should go physically going. I was living in the United States for sometimes more, about 7 years there. So even my daughter has was born there in New York State. So now it's finished. I'm going to study in the management study, finish in the management study program in UII2, going to the MBA, administration program in Pada University. He was born in New York State. Okay, now this is all 90% and 99.9999% of our lives going to be in a good nature. Yeah, we live in the good environmental, very beautiful environmental, because Allah said that adi dan aku. Yeah, if you praise, if you syukur, yeah, as you thankful for life to the God, and you will get more convenient, more happiness, more joyness. But if you lost, yeah, but if you are not thankful, you will get punished. Never punished. This is the 90% of life. There, you see if we are not, for example, we are not present here. There is a sound, yeah. Okay, could you sound, yes. You never, maybe because every day you see our nature very good like this, and then you forget until you live in some place, for example, full of snows, or in the middle of oceans. There's nothing to see except of waters. On you go to the desert, in the very wet range of desert, yeah, desert padang pasir, yeah. Very much different condition. But you live 99.9%, but only 0.0%, maybe 0.01%. The time should be different. Yeah, we are join this condition. If we thankful, if not, and then we'll get like this one. This is for his very small part of our time only. Yeah. Maybe only in the earthquake, for example, only 1-2 minutes, but the condition will differ from before. Badly, like in Merapi here. Yeah. And years now, from now, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Before, every 5 years, after 3 years, after 6 years, for example, there was an explosion of series of explosions. Yeah, in the prone country of disaster, for example, you have floods, you have floods, you have flash flood, yeah, you have typhoon, Yeah? Your volcanic eruption, tsunami, earthquakes, landslides, so many things in small amounts of time also. But by the small amount of time, they'll be different. Yeah. So it is very what we call is very nervous time. But in some time will be change forever. For example, this age, yeah, 8 year. Now they are still for 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. If God have Allah give them 80, 80 years for their life, so they lost it different for 75 years from now, from the from the occurrence. Okay, well, the small parts, well, small very short time, but the effect will go forever. The occurrence. And there are many paradigm about mindset of the disaster. Some of them that because of got angry, because of the punishment from the God, because of the faults of the people, etc. But at this end, in the religion tells that there is a room for the people to change the world, to change their faith, berubah nasib. Because for the Jabariyah branch, they call that everything are already set up. So you can do anything except only accept the condition. 100%. But vice versa, when the people of Kodaria, the people of Kodaria tell that everything needs only the people itself. God do nothing for the condition change. For the middles, because called Ahlus Sunnah wal Jamaah in the Islam and other religion may be different name, the middle part, moderate opinion. There is a part of the code that directly used as a prerogative, but some part the God gave some authority, yeah, to the people to change the faith, to rubah nasib, yeah. Because there is also in the religion, in the Islam religion, there is that God will not change the fate of the nation, of the group of people until they themselves change the condition. So means that there is a room for us to change the condition to make it better. Yeah, disaster not only for the faith, disaster can be changed to be not disaster as far as the God wants. Yeah. So there is a room for the God itself and room for the people because of the authority from the gods. This is Ahlus Sunnah wal Jamaah. Thanks for that. Okay. Now, if we if we see analyze the trends, so it could be the scenario of the red one. So, for example, the year if the axis and the ordinate is for the quantity quantity of the number of people, quantity of the effort in the disaster rates, quantity of the disaster reality for the yellow one. For the red one, if we just let the word happen without having effort, it could be the disaster trend to be increased because the people themselves as the target of disaster will go increasing. Okay, and we, of course, the people try to have a alright, to effort to reduce the disaster by using the effort of disaster risk reduction, pengurangan risiko bencana. He wants disaster to be less and less, less and less for the time, and decreasing for every time. But in reality, maybe the compromise. There is a compromise. Compromise. The yellow and the red one compromise become the green and the red one compromise to be the reality of the disasters quantity. It should be maybe red, maybe, but we don't know. Depend on our effort too. No, we need this to be the green one. So that why if you study for earthquake engineering, study civil engineering, means that you have to reduce the disaster of earthquake. Earthquake disaster will be reducing by the effort of you because of the civil engineering by using, for example, by using earthquake resistant buildings. Okay, next, go to the next place. Okay, now we know about the scenario of the disaster, the trend of disaster, increasing, flat, or decreasing. After the Yoko or Kobe, and then there is also, here is the tsunami, big tsunami in Aceh, and also in Jogja, big disasters. And now Indonesia need the rule or need the need about the regulation, the regulation of the reduction or disaster management, because it not be a nation, it's very big nation, many people. We need the regulation. The number regulation is 224 or the year of 2007. This is long effort for the people to form Indonesian people that concerned with disaster from the regulation from 201, what 6 years very much in for making this one. Going there and here and making communication, making debate until tsunami, Aceh tsunami and Jogja earthquake happen, and then people aware and the government wake up people to set up regulation. So the regulation, this one, make a definition of disaster. What is this disaster? Because before we need a debate for the disaster, what's the what is disaster? So there are three parts of the definition of disaster. First is the phenomenon. The phenomenon is the condition or the status of condition that threat and disturb the people lives, people and the people lives. This is the phenomenon. Secondly, the use is the cause. What is the cause of disaster? It could be nature, non-nature, and social or human. And what is the impact of the effects? The effect of this would be it make loss of lives, environmental damage, and loss of life, and also the maybe the things, good things, food, loss your good, loss of property, and maybe psychological effect. So three of this, try to set up your opinion that in disaster definition, three part: phenomenon, cause, and the impact. And other also have a different the nation, different place, even in the United Nations, ISDR, yeah, International Disaster Reduction, also different, little bit different definition, but okay. Now, the regulation number 4 is in the House of Representatives, DPR, to revise because the condition change, the dynamical condition. Yeah. Okay, process, but now it's still having this one. Okay, yes. So if because the cause of disaster to be 3 here, nature, or nature, and social. Yeah. So later maybe only nature or nature maybe in sense. Okay, yeah, that is here. So maybe I can see also some of the here the example of the printed pics. Jogja, ya, Jogja, ya, Sumatera, ya, Padang, tsunami Mentawai, and Merapi volcano also. Yeah. So we need the system. What's different between disaster for the old paradigm, yeah, old sites, old things, old thoughts, yeah, the old and the new paradigm, sudut pandang, pemikiran. Disaster management for the time before the disaster, law happened, regulation happened, law, disaster management seen as incidental things. Focus on only an emergency response sector and also sector politics. But the law, yeah, guide the nation for the new paradigm of disaster. What's that? There's a disaster management should be comprehensive, not incidental. Yeah, mean anticipative, not incidental. Comprehensive, not sector. Yeah. Integrated, not sporadic. Yeah, systematic, not sporadic. Comprehensive, not focus on emergency also. Yeah, I need to systematically here to be concrete. Yeah, anticipative, comprehensive. Yeah, because focus on emergency, no comprehensive. Sector, nah, it should be integrated and systematic. To be good, systematic. Yeah, okay. Not only one here, there, and tomorrow that one, and the one there's no system. Now, this system mean there is a component of the system and there is a relationship between the system as a whole to get a final vision or mission. Before, only focus on emergency. If there's an emergency, a lot of medias or television, a lot of people only giving funds donation for the during emergency response. After emergency, so what they do? We need also before emergency, yes, but we need preparation to anticipation before sector. Everyone needs wants to get their likes. No, they have to be coordinate, be integrated as a coordinate. Good coordination and sporadic. No, there is not good. Politics is not effective, not efficient. So it should be systematic. before the incident. If there's earthquake, then we come. There is a disaster. No, anticipative. How to anticipate to reduce the disaster? This is the room for the people to make effort. Because Allah give us the chance that one. If there is the people or the group of people not change the faith, Allah will not change the faith too. Okay. During the disaster, we have a principle in the law, the law number 24. Rapid and accurate. It should look like that there are contradiction, contradiction each other. Controversial or contradiction. Rapid if you would like to be fast, and then it's not accurate. If you need accurate, you need more time. So you can rapid like that. But this is the concept of optimization, optimal optimization. For example, you have BMV in the construction. E means cost. BM is the mutu is quality, maybe strength. And Z, and the third is time, waktu, time. So you need to reduce the cost of the thing, the civil engineering infrastructure of our things. Those things be low in cost, strength, quality is good, and the time construction is very long. There is like contradiction, but you should do. Like you have to study fast because there is a study time, study time. You have to study duration. Lama studi should be short, but you have to be good in grade point average. P index prestation, index prestation, called index prestasi. Look good, so high index prestation, short duration of study. Because if not, and then if you would like to study more and more, and then to repeat the subject until getting A, all of A, so you will get 4.0 prestation. It's very good. Yes, fine. And rapid, yes, you have to go faster. In the disaster area, you need rapid, because if not, will be trouble. The victim and loss become greater and greater. So need fast. How to be accurate? You need technology. We need capacity building of the people. So make it such optimal system to make optimization. Call in Indonesia optimalisasi. Make it the best thing that we can do. Number two, second is that priority activities. We have to priority activities. We have limited of time, limited of money, limited of energy, but we have to produce maximum. So you have to prioritize which one. So you have to go to the obligatory wajib, and then the option, other option like sunnah, and etc. So if you have tomorrow a deadline, and you will choose whether you can study the other or to finish the homework of tomorrow. Of course, you have to prioritize the homework. You have to go somewhere, and you can go for next week. But today you have to finish for tomorrow homework. So you have to prioritize the homeworks completion. Okay, priority. The one should need priority. This one priority is good as the parameter of good life skill of you. If you cannot priority everything, and then you have to do everything that comes, so the priority, so you will get lost. Many things. Coordination and integration. Coordination is not easy for Indonesia because we don't have the culture of coordination before. We have to set up things. we have only obligation for the from the to the subordination, ordinate. So that you have a boss, need to direct to the staff, and then staff do same thing. This is the imperative, not coordination. This is command, coordination. Coordination is the same position. For example, three of you are same position as a student, but maybe one of you is very talented, good, and can influence the other. Follow you. This is good coordination. Follow to the good things. For example, you have the good program, suggestion of good program, and the other student follow you. This is good. So you have the ability to coordinate. Really, Indonesia like to sarasean, ya, to warok, like that, ya. Gotong royong is okay, but coordination is not easy. You have to set up because it's very important. Integration, yeah, you cannot check down. Not because of A, yeah, the minister of A do this, Minister C do this, people A to do this, but how to integrate the others to be to produce the maximum volume, yeah, or maximum productivity, maximum production. Number 4, efficiency and effectiveness. Yes, efficiency. If you have something smaller, very small, yeah, small investment, but good and but maximum production in efficiency. Yeah. You have small thing you have, but will produce big production mean efficiency. Efficiency. Effectiveness is the proper object, yeah, object of disaster, for example, for the elderly or for the kids. So you have to make rule, to make regulation. You have to be in priority of the elderly or the orang tua, and also the vulnerable groups, for example, kids, anak-anak, ya. You have to make it program like that. If not, you focus on the youngsters. Maybe youngsters, okay, can run themselves during disaster. And the elderly and the kids will get victim. Okay. 4, efficiency, effectiveness, okay, and then 5, transparency and accountability is very important too, because why? Transparency is effect to make good false free, yeah, or to avoid the fitnah. Yeah, we have to call something. We have to explain others because we have to transfer the information to others. Yeah, maybe some of you is wrong, but to practice in religion, all me that okay, God knows everything. I don't have to talk to you like that. It's wrong. Atau mengapa saya harus menjelaskan pada Anda? No. You have to explain because Allah is very nowhere. Because Maha Tahu. Yeah. But people is not Maha Tahu. Harus diberitahu supaya tahu. Make it they know. We have to transfer the knowledge to the people. If you assume that the people like God, so will get wrong in the faith because it could be wrong. Yeah. Syirik, musyrik. God is God, Allah is Allah, people is people. Maha tahu, knows everything, but people not know everything. You have to see. Yeah. This is different. Malahan ibadah different. In disaster area also, you can do collect donation and then somebody else. Where is donation? Where can you? Oh no, you got wrong. Give your in the right hand and forget for the left hand. Ya, berikan pada tangan kanan dan lupakan tangan kiri tidak tahu. No, it's not like that because this is the social. If donation is okay because this is one class, yeah, class one be free. Class not having any tendency, any bad things. But in the masjid, it must have also to write down, yeah, pengumuman, the announcement about the flow of the money in the masjid. Because in the masjid consists of people, jamaah that they are not know everything, they are not God. They should be give to knowledge. So this means transparency. If not, and then the bad people like to doing that, like any donation and go for themselves. Not good because the victim will go more having problems. And you give the opportunity for bad thing, yeah, people to exploit the victim. Accountability, yes. For example, if you have a pack of cement here, 50,000 rupiah, and you go, but if you write, if the cement of the cement, yeah, or ton cement in a pack you use in the peak of Merapi, it could be maybe 1 million rupiah. It packs you have to bring it out there, yeah, using man. Need about seven hours to go up, very hard. If you use your helicopter, it's very expensive. Maybe you need about 60 million to have a 10 sack of cement. Yeah, packs of cement. So for the distribution cost, transportation cost need about 5 million. That's very difficult, right? Accountability. So you have to be proper. For example, you just only send the cement in the good area that there is no effect because of the bridge is okay, the road is okay, not impacted by disaster, and then you tell that is the Portland cement is about 100,000. You're wrong because this only maybe only 55 million rupiah using motorcycle or using small car is okay. Partnership, yes, we have a lot of partnership. Gotong royong is okay. Good, it's good in partnership. We could sometimes offer partnership, yeah, because we have gotong royong and maybe betting, ya, gotong royong and corruption is not good. Back number five, transparency. We stop the corruption if there is transparency. And empowerment, yeah. If you give something to make the program or disaster management, don't make the people jadi bigger. Ya, peminta. Because I see some student try to minta nilai, it's very shame, memalukan. Nilai, it's only me. Why nilai diminta? This is knowledge, ilmu. Ilmu tidak bisa diminta. Cari sendiri. Kerjakan sendiri. Do it yourself. Get the knowledge, science, not using money. Money is the, of course, using for operational, but you cannot buy knowledge. You cannot buy the knowledge. But by process is okay. For example, if you have Mike Tyson, Mondial, or the world championship in boxing, and then you ask Mike Tyson, could you give me the championship award on this one? Of course, no. If you get that one, so what? Why you prestation? Well, we cannot be purchased by money. And we cannot ask something. Could you ask me our good deed? Minta amalmu. We cannot do that. Could I buy your email? Good thing. Saya beli amalmu. No. Saya beli ilmumu. No. Yeah. Not what. So empowerment should be very important. For example, in Merapi volcano. During volcano Merapi volcano, I set up a volunteers, main Foreka, Forum Relawan Kaliurang, 3 of the villages, 3 dusun. Kaliurang, West Kaliurang, and Kaliurang, South Kaliurang. During the Merapi, they are excited. Produce, should move for the location for sometimes. But they are volunteers. Other people, even they have problem. But no, it's good. But many of them get having good cars, yeah. And in the north, having not only one car, not only one motorcycle, because they are good in empowerment themselves, not to be bigger. Yeah, Rasulullah Muhammad asked that the upper hand is better than lower hand. If we go back to the as a beggar, the lower hand, tangan di bawah, minta-minta beggar. You have to be giving. You, for example, maybe money is not because students, but you have many things. You are young, you can help other people. For example, giving help, be a communicator of the class is very good deed. This is the investigation for next time. Student, all of your student will remember you. For example, if you are elected by to be a governor, to be a agent, to be a mayor, wali kota, to be a president or minister, they thought that yes, good. At that time, they help us. She or he help us as a communicator. The communicators like you, the same. It's not paid. Tidak dibayar, but they could give the hand to the upper hand. It's good, yeah. It's good practice. Non-discriminatory, yes. Not for religion, yes. Jadi, for example, because the religion, you can sometimes to force the religion of someone to be to the victim. Because of the not in Islam, la ikraha fid-din, ya. Tidak ada paksaan dalam apa. There is no force in religion. Force, but if dakwah, yes. If information, yes. Good information, yes. Dakwah. So, if you use the symbol of religion to be careful, because you bring the good things not only for you, but this is for all us. Okay, now this is comprehensive. Yes, not only during emergency, but also post-disaster and pre-disaster. Now we are in the phase of pre-disaster because you study about the earthquake engineering. Basic. Later will earthquake engineering and then we'll practice and the building infrastructure, bridge, earthquake resistant in the prone of Indonesia, because most of the Indonesian territory are prone to earthquakes, very vulnerable for the earthquake. So the hazard is very high. So to be more risk, you have to be theory, using theory. Okay, can use this one, but we have to start. Actually now, because disasters everybody business. So what the people should think participate in the process of disaster mitigation, disaster reduction from the weather for the people, even vulnerable community, komunitas rentan, also giving the information about the, for example, if you plan uh, roads or area region that you now plan to be a hunian, yeah, to be a shelters. You have to make a study, yeah, feasibility study about this, what about the disaster risk, the risk. You have to ask the people to participate. Yeah. But using, of course, using the good strategy to participate because some people also have trouble, yeah, big trouble for us trouble because of the self-interest, self-interest because they have something that they need themselves individually, and they disturb the others. Yeah, challenge or us. So not all people, of course, but potential people that make good. Nah, the main the now the disaster management handled by now by using the approach, by using by approach the disaster risk reduction effort. What is disaster? There are many parameters here, but we use only three, for example. But if you study later, maybe you have many parameters. But we choose only the simple one of the simple models of mathematics for the disaster risk for management disaster. Pengurangan risiko bencana. How to make risk become smaller, or to decrease the risk, to reduce the risk. There's a hazard, there is a vulnerability, and then capacity. So if you can reduce the hazard or reduce the vulnerability and rise, increasing the capacity, so the risk will go down, bring risk down. But then earthquake is not easy because sometimes we live in a good prone area of earthquake like Jogja. So it's not easy using global reducing hazard, but the local okay by using a solution, yeah, or building, for example. Okay, possible. But for the big, how to reduce earthquake is not easy. The earthquake cannot be reducing. It's up to now. What to do is call mitigation because hazard cannot be changed and anything. If you flood, okay, yeah, floods, you can change the flood hazard. For example, by planting the many many plantation, yeah, many plantation. Okay, you have many plantation and then save using the infiltration wells, yeah, sumur resapan, etc. You can reduce the hazard. But in earthquake, it's very difficult. So the thing is to mitigate. That is to reduce the vulnerability and or mean maybe one or two, and increasing the capacity. For example, in earthquake engineering, you reduce vulnerability by using earthquake resistant design, earthquake resistant infrastructure, earthquake resistant. earthquake resistant infrastructure, earthquake resistant buildings. Okay, so mean to reduce, you make the building resist to earthquake means the reduce vulnerable of the building. So if for good earthquake resistant building, make smaller vulnerability. So the risk will down, the risk will go down, reduce. Capacity is the preparedness and the ability of the system, maybe government and the people. The people who do themselves, for example, is so the risk of the earthquake risk, yeah, will decrease, will go down. Okay, we make it capacity better. For example, the government having BBD, PUBR having a public book minister, PUPR having good programs or putting capacity for the building permit ya IMB, izin mendirikan bangunan or building permits. Okay, ya. How about in the, for example, in the race, into Nurosi or Marquez, ya, for example, they need to risk to reduce the risk, not going down, not having accident. Yeah, to reach the to decrease the risk of accident. Yeah, accident risk. If you put your motor bicycle is null, zero, yeah, zero. So the risk is zero because there is no. If you put that, but the problem they are in the competition. They need the speed to be as much as possible. The speed that must not going accident. The hazard become higher. How to be to risk an accident? To goes down to reduce the accident risk. Of course, because your hazard is higher, speed is higher, and then you have to make smaller vulnerability. What is that? This is the fabrics, yeah, fabrication of motorcycle factory, yeah. Honda, Ducati, Suzuki, yeah, Yamaha. They compete each other. Which one the best? And also the wheels, motorcycle wheels. Yeah. Because the wheels also problem. Yeah. Tire, ban, yeah, ban, tire, very, very important because it will be different between dry surface of the road and wet surface of the road. Different condition. So to reduce the vulnerability mean to choose the good tire, good wheels, yeah, to good tire, to be good fabrication. From the Honda considered the best one. No. Because Honda, many Hondas uh, runner, yeah, wins, yeah, because Honda would be the best now fabrication. But later maybe not because it's a competition. So if they choose Honda, usually okay. If they have now, if the fabrication is the same, similar to Ducati, Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, is several same, similar, and they want to be faster and faster. And the hazard is higher, so the risk of accident is higher. How to reduce that? So the skill of the what is Rosimin, yeah, the motorist, yeah, the motorist, runner to the motorist. So the best motor is the same condition or higher, so will be the win. Will determine the will because of the capacity of the skill, ya, keahlian pembalap. But also depend on the pabrikan too. This is for example, earthquake I give you, and maybe you can give another type of disaster to put here to be a homework. Yeah. Okay. Now write down to your chat present hadir present to make sure that you follow me, follow the lecture. Write down present in the chat. Yeah, write down. Okay, one. How about the others? This is the limited time. So if you not setting here, means you are not follow my explanation, my lecture. This is the discussion of the during the meeting of the lecture. Dosen see that all of the people now, every time the lecture should give check to call them by using what other. This is I call you by chatting. Please write down the present. If not, so mean you are not attending, or maybe you are going out. Okay, now we continue with the explanation. And there are three of option for reducing the earthquake by using earth, or using formula of the disaster risk reduction. Yes, to away the people, to bring away the people from the disasters road safe. For example, if there's a volcano eruption in Merapi and then the people move or other place, for example, in Sumatra, in Sulawesi, that there are no, of course they are free, yeah, because the hazard is zero. But the other, if you it's difficult, for example, this is very easy to tell, but it's very difficult to do because the people like to have in Java, for example, Indonesia. Yeah, and the Java is very much prone to earthquake, prone to landslides, prone to typhoon, prone to floods. Many people here, but they choose. Yeah. So the second one, how to bring away, yeah, how to bring the disasters, the hazard away from people. How to bring it to. For example, in Jakarta, you bring the water from Bogor to be in the Banjir Canal, yeah, the channel floods control around Jakarta to alleviate, to change the direction of the river. Okay, and test ladder is that this one, write down. IEE Oxford, number of your attendance list and student short name. Send to your assistant, Mas Ender, and the person, the assistant, yeah, supporting person, yeah, sorry. So you will have many of electronics proof that you attend long from the first until the last time. Because you need to concentrate. You cannot do only open room and then going out. No, because there is interaction. There's some lecturer juga told that wow, try to call the student, but many of them yes, because you have to frequently call the student that, for example, to type present hadir every time that you need, so you can see how many people. Then you can distinguish with this using good presentation or not. Yeah. Okay. IEE awkward. IEE mean introduction to earthquake engineering for this keywords, straight words, and the number of unit it because you only three. Then your name. So yeah. Okay. Now, let's continue. So the last thing, if the people is not having is not willing to go away from the source of disaster, what is wrong? And also the disaster sources cannot be moved, for example, Merapi, and also earthquake will not move earthquakes, the source of earthquake, because this is subduction or fault. So first, will okay, and if not, number one, number two, it's difficult, and then you go to the number three. So living in harmony with disaster hazard, using science and technology and local wisdom. Because if you only use science and technology, not accepted by local wisdom, so the technology will not move continuously. Work only for once, but not continue. It's not continuable. How about the of the because the disaster is very much even so. The people, the government should go number one again. Remove the people from the place that is very dangerous. Okay. And last day, you have to present using faculty facility automatic attendance hall FT. So now is introduction to engineering automatic. Okay, this is the second. Uh, no. And and disaster management bagian example. Okay, this you scan it to after open. Yeah, okay, ready to scan. You have about time for long, 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, yeah, okay. Oh, you finish and close. Then all of you are complete 100%. We finish. Yeah. Is there any question for you? Any question, we'll discuss it. Yeah. On that. Okay. If not, we should finish the class. And I will send you the material as well as the problems. Okay, I'll stop recording.